Hello, Magi here, and this is a post commentary. I know it's been a while since I did this. So, this is gonna be for the battle, the final battle. So, the reason I'm doing this is because this is the hardest, at least in this game, or most other games I played, fight I have done. So, let me give you a breakdown. It took me minimal 24 hours. I didn't play it all in straight run, mind you, like 24 hours. But yeah, in time, it took me 24 hours to do this. So, this was the stupidest shit I had to deal with. Now, let me give you a breakdown right now of what's going on in the fight, okay? I know I'm a little late in going to fight, but yeah, let's go for it now. So the goal in this fight is to take on the three sisters all at once. And the stupidest shit, yeah, see, I just saw they just switched to bio. The stupidest shit of all is they can summon the three servants from the three idiot servants before as one of their bodyguards, and they'll assist in the fight. Now, as that's stupid enough, we have to take on all three sisters at once. Now, luckily, they all switch. Every 2 turns, they switch. So, there's an advantage to that, because if you know the weakness, you can take advantage of that. So, Bio right now, if I recall, is weak to water. Yeah, she's definitely weak to water. So, you want to take advantage of water abilities and damage her. Now, as you see, Kagami is right here. So, I have to eliminate her, because while they don't do too much with Alice as a guard, you want to eliminate them ASAP, just because the more they'll put pressure on no matter what, and you want to eliminate them as much as possible. I think in this fight I took on I think maybe all the servants and maybe Masuba, but I could be wrong. So like I said, the strategy is to come out. Now what you don't want to do in this fight is take out any other servants aside from the three the idiots. There's a bad idea, because the way to do it is they summon 2 servants. They need to have 2 servants or whatever Alice at all times. So they could be, it's a random of 3 things: an alligator, a turtle, a snake. That's all the ones I remember. And then the 3 servants and Matsuba. So it's RNG at this point and what you deal with. But the sisters are always in the control. It's always Anastasius, then Balatopus, and then Lithios. So that's how they alternate, and then you always want to take advantage of the weakness I mentioned. So as you're watching here, I am going through the elements. So for this fight, it's an interesting fight. Here you're able to use your full party, so you can use 2 parties in a fight. You can switch out at any time you want, but you can only switch once. So in this phase, there's 3 phases to this entire fight. So now in this phase, you have to take out the 3 sisters, but it's a time event. It's like very long, so you want to play this carefully, because they don't actually do as much damage. Surprisingly, they don't do too bad. You could do this without Alice. Like, I did this fight without Alice. It's not that big of a bad. It's just that you need to strategize how you want to do for phase 2, because that's the important one. But right now, as you see, I prefer taking out the turtle as I can, just because the turtle will protect, just like any usual turtle did with the debuff path. So it's annoying. It's like Alice is Legion dull. And Anastasius, she's weak to electric, so I take advantage of that when I can. But there's also a key factor into this battle, which I'm trying to see if I show it. Not yet, but in this fight, I will be looking at my land gauge a lot. I don't know if I do it right now, but eventually I look at my land gauge. The reason is the land gauge is really important. I never really looked at it too much in the past, but after doing this battle, okay, so you see one of the servants is here. So RNG, you could get, like, I've had fights where I start the fight with 2 the servants, and they don't act like, again, even with all of them out, they're not that bad. It's just time consuming. That's it. So in this fight, I will usually take a quick glance at my gauge as best as I can, so I can get an idea. And the gauge comes really important into phase 3, which I will discuss later on once it gets to that point. So there's 2 servants right now. I can't remember. I believe Matsuba. And this Balatopus was actually, in my opinion, the most dangerous. Actually, maybe not. No. Anastasius is, but then Balatopus could do damage though, because she uses electric. And at the time when I was practicing, Alice didn't have any protection against lightning, so it sucked. So after you gave her an electric item, resistant item, like that reduced electric 25%, just to make it easier. Just because she's technically the easiest, but then she can still put out damage with the lightning. So you want to have something for how I strategize. I use Alice to that. Now, the layup I have right here is I have Sane, Ninari, Alice, Patchley, and Marissa in Hinatomi Skydance mode. So pretty much, I'll just have them, like the front will be physical, the back will be magical, and the middle is the super baiting. Well, pretty much I try to get them to attack it every time. And with Alice and Horaidol, it's a lot easier. But it doesn't always work though. There's times that the game trolls me and it gives me it attacks some of my allies. And you see, the last servant is here. Luckily, I feel she's the easiest to take out. Actually, no, her and the blowfish are easy because they're really weak to the element. Like fire and electric. I don't know what the other one is, the Kagami. I don't know what she was weak to. I can't remember. But yeah, like I see, I put her some big damage, like the 4K before and a 2K Thunder Chaser. I also, after this battle, I finally learned what Meteor is meant to do, the Chaser. Because I never knew what it was. I thought it was based on what my opponents did, but it's actually based on, like, I think the whole field or maybe just my allies. So by having Marissa and Patchley here, I could trigger the Chaser ability so they can attack with Elemental 1. So as you see right here, I use electric. I was using electric because I wanted to kill the servant quickly. But if I was fighting, if there was none of the servants, I would have used Thunder Chaser as well and eliminate Anastasia as quick as possible. And Matsuba as well. As you see, RNG was so bad for this attempt because I had all 4 servants. I had the worst RNG possible, but I still won this battle, which is good. But let's discuss this. So Matsuba again is weak to lightning, so I took advantage of that and try to hit her as hard as I can. And with Thunder Chase as well, it makes this a lot easier because, you know, more damage is always a pleasant thing to have. Now, Anastasia, I believe that's her name still. She's a scary one because, again, she's heavy physical and all my guys are weak in armor except for obviously Alice. And she has 2 abilities. When she uses a bomb, like when she uses a bomb refill, I have to watch it because there's 2 abilities she can use. She can use her Muscle Revolution, which does about 4K physical damage. But with Alice, I can mitigate that if I make her target her with Little Legion. But she also has another one that does AoE damage, which can hit everybody. And that does about like 300 to 600 melee damage, which again, I can't cover. Which is like, it's a 50-50 chance, so like I'm just guessing at that time. So I can get good RNG or bad RNG. Because it's better to use a single target, because I can just tank it easy, just using one ability. So my strategy before was just to Little Legion every time I see a bomb. Just because Little Legion does so much work here, so I'll explain why. So as you see Bio, I'm looking at gauge just quick glance, just to get an idea where I'm going. And I saw what Patchley used. It's called Void Spirit. What it does, it essentially resets, or at least uses resets the land power to about half. So it takes about 50% of what I had, or at least like whatever I go for it to. It just takes, it just reduces as much as it can, which is really important. Again, this land party thing is important, and I'll explain why. Okay, so Biotopus, she's annoying because in her original fight, which I should have shown, she can dispel and petrify and charm. So what I did is I had to go all out for Alice. So I had to give her a shield that nullifies petrification. I had to go back to Aiente because I didn't realize I missed the shield, and that shield nullifies petrification, which is good. The issue is it was weak in physical defense, so it had disadvantage, but I'm fine with Alice. Now, with Sane, I try to buff everyone as best as I can, because that's her role, that's Sane's role. And as you see there with Purgatory, I make sure not to target anyone else, just Lithios, just to make it easier. And Marissa, she only has single target abilities, so that is the key. Just a single target as best you can. Don't focus on AoE, because that just makes it more annoying. Even with this crappy RNG, I shouldn't have any more, but no need to just put unnecessary damage out in the field. And I got lucky because Purgatory Needle misses like 90% of the time. And look at that, see, as Vortex and shit, it just makes things annoying. This is like rough, man, because this is like a long ass fight. I got to 8 minutes and 40 seconds already, or whatever long it is, and I still have so much more to discuss on this goddamn fight. It's not even funny. It is the trolliest, the stupidest, and most fucking retarded thing. Holy shit, this is the most stressful thing I've done in a while, just because I wanted to get this done before I needed to up editing, because I could not edit without this in my mind. Like I could have edited the other parts, but just this in my mind, it would have just nagged me on. So the fact that I got this done is so amazing. Alright, so you see, my strat is every time Sane takes damage, I always prioritize her over Alice, because Alice can always take more damage, but Sane can't, and plus Sane can revive. No one else can, so it sucks. So I need to make sure that works out. So in this comp right here, I just see the 5 girls, and the backup is Satori, but I don't use Satori at all. She was just there because I didn't need her. Alright, so as you see, I Void Spirit as often as I can, or at least when I feel like the gauge is a little too high or low, because I want to keep it as balanced. Again, I keep referring to balance, but you'll get why. So, okay. Let's see if I remember correctly. Yeah, Bao, I just gotta take her down as best as I can, heal up, just putting up the elemental damage. This is the team where I need to do, this is like the magical team pretty much. The other team is the physical team, pretty much for one reason only, and one reason only. This fight was so lame because I spent for the first 6-7 hours, believe it or not, 6-7 hours just beating us with my usual comp. The B team takes care of this, A team takes care of the second and third phase. It did not turn out well for many reasons, which I will explain why. I know a lot of you guys are telling me not to do play with command. I tried very hard, trust me, and I was stubborn. I just wanted to see if I could, but it was not possible just because the way they made this fight, I feel like it was just impossible with 2 characters. I feel these 2 characters were the key because I did watch videos on this. I watched I think a few of them showed the same 2 characters on the last boss, which I feel is key to beating the final phase of this fight. I swear this is like retarded. Yeah, at this point it's just Fire Chaser and Fire. Your fire abilities on Mythios, just make sure. I have to be careful, just make sure I don't go over the gauge. Because once I get to stage 2, I switch immediately to my second team, because that's the team I need to do quick work. And since you see Bomb Refill, at this point, I believe I should be using Little Legion at this point, just to tank any ability. Because with the trick with, yeah, there you go. But the trick with Little Legion is that when she uses a Dispel, again, Alice covers everybody. So if she uses a Petrification, her Charming, or her Dispel, Alice will take the full brunt. So no one else will lose their buff, which is good. But at this point, Mythios was already low, so it was fine. But like, this is my usual strat I usually do with this. Okay. And this is where I defeat Mythios real quickly. I was planning on showing you my first try on this, but it's such a long fight, and I just feel like it wasn't worth it, because this is already a long fight even by beating it. So here you go. So this is phase 2. And essentially, what happens in phase 2 is that we have 9 turns to kill 50,000 HP, or else they get into berserk, and it's scary. So you see, I switch. In this battle, you're allowed to do 1 switch only, as I mentioned before. So watch how I set up. So I do Jackpot Whirl, which is a new spell I learned while training, and it increases the multiple chance rate. When you have attacks that do multiple hits, it increases chance. And then I use the attack and defense keystone here, just because Moku had like 900 HP, and she can take a brunt of the attacks. And it just helped a lot. And also using it as a bait so I can get my resurrecting Phoenix, just so, because no one here can revive. Once they're dead, you're dead. So you have to take I have to take advantage of that. I have to make sure I play this safe here. And you see, I still have Rima as the healer, and Byakuran and Yomu are the key characters in this fight, and you'll see why here. So you see, I'm setting up as usual, but if you might have noticed, I'm not using the Asura stance. I'm using Mensura stance for one key reason only. And the Mensura stance has an ability that does 3 to 5 hits, which it's not bad, but with the ability of Sakya, I can increase it to usually 5. And it's really helpful because if you buff her up and do that, that can be a lot stronger than Asura strength with Meditation Slash. And I'm back to Katana. I used the Kusanagi majority, but I'm back to Katana for one reason, because the Mensura for a lot of reasons. As you see here, yeah, I do 5 hit. That's really good right there. That's like a better than Meditation Slash with Asura strength. Now, the reason why I'm Mensura and Katana is because they're all crit. Mensura is all about crit, and the Katana is all about crit. And as you see there, it even said the chat about the chancing spell. 9 turns or else you're gonna get fucked big time. So, as you see here, I'm just buffing everybody out. This is the physical attack thing, because you need physical people, in my opinion, to destroy the final boss. And then with the multiple hit up, even Moku's Mach Punch is really good here, because it does nice damage. And you see Yomu, she does even good work if it crits. Like that move right there, Crescent Moon Slash, can do like 4 to 5k if it crits. And with the high crit chance, it's usually majority of the time to get it, but not always. And even Sakya does a lot of damage because of the buff. And this fight is ridiculous, but this is the easy part, because they don't do too much. You can get some bad RNG, and they can do some moves that do 6 like damage. The beast, but anyway, just insane. So I'm just making sure I look at the buffs and realizing how to buff up. So I put accuracy up just because the final phase, my accuracy isn't always best, even with an accuracy stance. And even Saki, she has all the headshot goggles, which is accuracy items. Sometimes it's annoying to hit, so that's why I put accuracy when I can. So as you see, the resistance is getting low, and I'm not for sure if this is 6th or 5th turn, so I just put whatever I can. And now you see that the move right there is Dark Sword. Dark element is the only thing that the next phase is weak to. So that's why I had to use Byakuya and Yomu, because those two combined can do a lot of damage. Like you'll see once I fight the boss, you'll see how much damage Yomu, but Chisaka can do some damage, but it's mostly Yomu here. Yomu is really key to this fight, and Byakuya. And this is 6th turn because they mentioned the notice again. And if you notice here, I'm using, yeah, Moku is here for this revive, the re-raise, so because they don't die after the fatal attack, which gives me a chance to revive. So I look at my buffs just to make sure everything looks good. And I use Crescent Moonslash because I don't want to use a bomb because I see the HP. Okay, they make their little RP just show that we defeated them before the phase up. Because if you don't defeat them, it gets scary. And this is where shit gets really, really real. Alright, let's see if the... Watch, wait. Here you go! Goddamn worst shit I've dealt with. Wait, watch this. This is how important this is. So... Possessed by Phoenix, AoE re-raise, which is good. Then I went with a Full Moon Revenge, healing as usual, and Dark Sword for Isaka so she can do the work. And Pashal, this is like the super upgraded version I've seen before. Watch. That was 20k right there, 22k right there. That's how powerful Dark Sword is, because Dark Sword, because it's the element that the combined Gorgon sisters are weak to, and it's just like the only thing that'll work. And healing, I think Sokka should be next now. See, this is why I need the accuracy up, because I can miss easily. See, and that's with full headshot goggles. So I'm trying to remember how I did this. Yeah, guy. Okay, no, I already given that. Accuracy is what I need here. And then Crescent Moonslash. I'm just doing. Okay, this is the key, because I just saw this person does all amp power. What essentially happens is, the key for this boss is they are trying to increase the lamp power to the max. Fire, earth, electric, and fire, water. You gotta get all 4 of them. Not light and dark. Light dark does not count. The reason they're doing this is because the moment it gets to max, they use an ability that drains the lamp power, and then they heal 10,000. Like, that isn't broken as shit. So that's why I didn't use Patchy Marissa for this. But another key reason is that they also use another ability that does 777 damage off the board, Gravitation, and not only that, it also removes buffs. So the key is, that's why I was doing the Void Spirit and all that before, watching the element, so then I didn't deal with that shit. And you see why Raised Phoenix was good, because I survived, which is helpful. And look at that, big damage right there. And I believe I should have, oh no, I don't think I used it yet. Okay, the last word came in. Alright, so there you go. So I'll show you my commander. My commander right now is Aya. Now you might be why, because I never use Aya, because Aya's been second team. Aya does the speed, gives you go first. And it's very key with Private Square, because with Private Square, I can nullify her bombs or scary moves. Like, I think she was using bomb or not, but I don't know. The reason I do this is because Private Square, when you guys told me, it's very low on priority. So by doing this, I will always get it out, but it'll be the last, which is good, because I can set up for Sakya, which is like what I'm debating right now. So I use the accuracy, which is really good. I believe I used accuracy, right? I should have used accuracy. Or maybe I didn't buff it. Oh, I'm about to give it to Moku. I don't know. I guess I might have buffed it. I just didn't realize it. Bashal, again, watch. The damage is big here. This is why Yomu and Byakuya, I feel, are the key players. 15,000 right there, about, which is good. I re-raised again for Moku so she doesn't die. Dark Sword just for her ability, and heal, which is good. And Private Square. And there you go. It stops any shit. And then unfortunately buffs are going down, but Misaki still retains the majority of hers, which is good. I believe I used Sakura's World as well, right? I can't remember. But I think Sakura's World, if I did, I remember using it. So yeah, Sakura's World, I think this was the key to doing the victory, winning here. Because I put so much damage. Yeah, look, I put 18,000 right here. Or all the buffs too. And then she didn't, and then, oh, okay, never mind. This part didn't, because I didn't get dark. But that was so key, in my opinion, because I was able to put so much in the frozen time. Because I've never gotten Sakura's World during this battle. Or at least in the time freeze, which is good. So Super Duplex Barrier here is actually jack shit. Not jack shit, but it's so iffy. because this person does both physical and magical at the same time in one turn. So it's hard to debate in between what you want to use. So I had to use physical because I can take more magical, and I see land amp. Every time I see that, I always piss my pants because this is the scary part. I called it good for physical because that was not bad. Burn is not the element is not as bad as the physical. The physical is just way scary. And even then, I gave Reinu and Byakuya an item that reduces slash damage because that's what it is, just to help out a lot. So Moku has the last word, but I'm not using it until someone dies for obvious reasons because no one can heal. And then this part is annoying because again, this boss retains majority of the previous Gorgon sister's ability, and the worst one is Lithios, because she can, as you know, dispel, and that makes it annoying because Yomu is all about setting up and buffs, which is scary. It's like the worst time, but I managed to pull it off. So this fight, this bot, because this is this. Okay, I'll explain to you once I get past this part. But yeah, this is so fucking annoying. This fight is something else, and I abuse the paparazzi when I can just to utilize it. It helps a lot because when I need to heal up, I take advantage of it, and private square, because that is so key. Now, I can't remember if she's using bomb or not. No, not this one, because I usually, every time I use that, is always when it's a bomb, or at the very least when I feel like she's gonna do something scary. This, you have to go all out. This is not a battle of attrition. You do not want to stall this person, because you would not win, in my opinion, at least from what I've done. And trust me, I had to research this, I had to watch videos, shit. I just could not handle. Oh, last word, that was good. So last word, I got lucky with last word. 2 last word is rare. I barely got 2 last words with Saki in 3 hours. That's how bad it was. Yeah, this fight is like literally RNG at this point, and just like holy crap. I just went all out as best I can. I got lucky and she didn't I don't think she dispelled this fight. Bold advance. I was risking it. I was debating if I want to risk it or not, because you know. Because she can dispel any time. That can just ruin everything. Because one dispel can really ruin a fight. Easy. And Sakya with dark sword and Sakya's world is so good. See, rain element. And here I thought I would lose. Right, where is it? Yeah, see this move. I thought it didn't happen, but this move happened. So you see 10,000, right? You think it's impossible? This person has 50,000. That's 1/5. It's insane how I managed to win, because see, this is where the Phoenix comes in, because Moku's ability, it keeps everyone alive for at least from the initial attack, and every time that happens, she always does a petrify. What's annoying is because the petrify, because you go get petrify from that ability, or at least I think you get petrify and you lose buffs, or one of the thing. Either way, it's annoying. Using that, when you die, at least the petrified or charm buff is out, so it's good. See, dispel, scary as shit. Now, RNG was very kind to me here. Reason being is because Yomu still had her buffs. Why did I use that? Oh, possessment. I thought I used her last spell. I mean, like her, yeah. Dark, immense US. Oh yeah. Let me check. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, Yomu did have the dark blade. Oh, I can't remember. Man, I can't remember at this point. Either way, I just had to do work here. I just had to go all out. And then the normal part, it was scary because my thing was on cooldown, so I was like, fuck. Damage here, not much. Oh shit, resisted, even died. See, this is why I kept the last word just in case someone died, and you know, so see, Sake died. Shit. And again, dispel this, I hate that because many times when I dispel, I've lost the fight immediately because Yomu lost the thing. Because the moment Yomu loses it, I quit. Because I need Yomu to have it. It takes too long to rebuff everything. And not only that, but it just fucks everything up. And I took advantage of paparazzi just so I can go first and do everything. And then I just trying to buff Yomu up as best I can, just to make sure. But Yomu's too fast, so Byakuya doesn't get her spell out, which is what I was hoping for, but it's fine. I think this is the kill. I could be wrong. Or maybe the next turn. Either way, this is like a 24-minute fight. Now imagine trying to get to this point and then dying because of stupid RNG. Yes, this is the kill. So, like, there's a lot of stupid factors in this fight. Like the beginning, which I've died so many times, and getting here is a struggle. It's like horrible. But yeah, that'll be it. Now the next time you see my face, it'll be the past me, which is when I killed it the first time and I just had to record immediately. So yeah, that's how it is. So let's switch back. Okay, and as you see, this is the final boss fight. Fuck.
Stretch out like a Lex ball. If it's that route to the chest, put the rim like a slug with your vest.